Liverpool's historically been a Labour city. Do you think that Keir Starmer represents Liverpool?
No.
I don't like him. I voted for reform.
I do think the Labour Party's been hijacked. Corporate interests and, the power of big money.
They're just Tories painted a different colour.
No. It's the North-South divide again. I still think they think that they are the bee's knees and they tend to look down upon us.
Do you think that Labour still represents Liverpool as a city?
I hope so, yeah. You've got to hope.
No.
Why is that?
They're just Tories painted a different colour.
I mean, I've voted Labour all my life, but I think now, see, I'm getting old now, so I just worry about my grandchildren.
All my family voted reform, and I've always voted Labour before that. Not this time, no.
I mean, what changed? Is it just immigration, or is there other things?
And there's policies like he didn't say before he got voted in that he was going to do out the pensioners' heating allowance. A lot of them pensioners wouldn't have voted for him, would they?
I think if he would have put that in his manifesto before he got into power, I don't think people would have voted him in. And it's not only that; he's going to put the taxes up now as well, and it's just going to have a real hard toll on the older people.
I used to work in a hospital.
Really?
Yeah, I was a domestic, and I've seen firsthand how hard they work, and the staff is just amazing in the old Royal. I was there for 15 years, and the staff was just absolutely amazing. So the NHS, and I think all the doctors deserve a rise. So I don't mind foregoing my winter fuel if it's going for them.
Do you think that Keir Starmer represents Liverpool?
No. I think it's the North-South divide again. I don't think that he really knows. I saw a programme yesterday and they showed people in like the 60s talking about the North-South divide, and they were saying, oh, they're all posh down there and they look down upon us. They think we're second-class citizens. It hasn't much changed. I still think they think that they are the bee's knees and they tend to look down upon us.
Well, I listened to him yesterday in the conference. I think so, especially Hillsborough.
Yes.
I think he come across as really good. All this nonsense about buying his clothes and everything. If someone said to you, you were not going to say, oh no, I'm going to take that. Are you? Even though how much you've got, anyone's in for the freebie. Actually, someone says to me, do you want? I would take it like that.
I used to work for the county council up in Cumbria, and you couldn't take more, you couldn't take anything over £10. You shouldn't be, nobody should be allowed to take anything, because everything's got strings attached, and you're going to feel, if any of us get a gift off someone, you feel a bit beholden.
When he got in, everyone was made up on Liverpool, because we all thought it was going to be, the Tories hate Liverpool. That's why they won't come here.
To be honest with you, I've got no faith in any of no, not in Labour, not in Conservative, any of them really. Because to be perfectly honest, most of them, they tell lies really. I'm not really. I've always been a Labour voter, to be honest, since I've voted, and so is my husband. But really, at the moment, I've got no faith in any of them, to be honest. No, not at all, no.
What do you make of Keir Starmer's leadership of the Labour Party?
I don't like him.
Why?
I voted for reform.
Did you? Why?
Yeah, because I agree with a lot of the policies of them.
I mean, reform gained a lot of votes in Liverpool. Why do you think that is?
Because they don't like Keir Starmer's policies, and all the immigrants coming into the country.
With all the influx of the students, there are more immigrants coming in. That goes both ways as well. The immigrants, you can say they're a drain, but they're also a resource. So they equal each other out, I think, in that side.
In Liverpool, reform picked up quite a lot of votes here, and there was rioting here. Why do you think that is?
Because people feel powerless, I suppose. The powerlessness of it, and don't feel represented. But I mean, it's terrifying. I am really concerned, and I am as brought up as I believe, in socialism. Like my father would only ever buy anything from the co-op. I knew my number back to front. So I really do believe in, power split.
I mean, people have accused Starmer of bringing the party to the centre or to the right. Would you agree with that?
I think it's always been there.
Really?
Yeah, fundamentally. I think Jeremy Corbyn had a crack at it a few years ago, but that was never going to happen,
I do think the Labour Party's been hijacked. You know, yeah,
Why do you think that?
just corporate interests and you know the power of big money. I feel that we're not in a democracy anymore.
Do you think that Labour represents Liverpool very well right now?
Not right now, no. I think it did. I think it used to when it was a more left-wing socialist party. I feel like now it just seems to represent the people with lots of money.
I voted for Tony Blair and that. I think it just was hijacked by Murdoch and all that. We know who their friends are. You know, we can see, and the big powers, the billionaires are running the world. You know, it's frightening.
Liverpool is traditionally a Labour city.
It is, yeah.
Do you think that's changing with
As I say, I think a lot of people think how I think, to be honest with you. I don't think we've got any faith in any of the politicians, to be honest with you. No, I haven't. You know, you've only got to listen to what they say when they're getting interviewed, for a start. When the presenters ask them questions, they don't actually answer them. You know, they evade them, and a lot of them tell lies. So, I'm sorry, but I don't really like any of them.
He was getting quite a lot of criticism about accepting gifts. I mean, do you think that was fair criticism?
I think that's gone on right across the board. And I think those people shouldn't really criticise because they're the ones who took them in the first place. So as long as it doesn't go to beyond a certain extent.
Why would you accept gifts from other companies and things like that? I just don't think it's right. To be honest, they're there to do a job for the country and they're not doing it. They're not doing a proper job. And they're not in a position that a lot of people are in Liverpool who are struggling with the cost of living. They have got a better pay range. So their cost of living is really better. The NHS has just gone to pot. So you can't even get an appointment. Or you're waiting months, well not months, years. You know, so I've got, as I say, I just think it's completely, I know it's a lot, they're saying they're going to do better. I think in the long run, I mean, it's going to take a while, and I just hope that they do something.
I'm glad I'm not young today.
Really?
Because years ago when I was growing up, it was a better time. And the cost of living wasn't, I could buy a dress for £1.19 and 11 in CNAs that used to be there. Honestly, and you could have a nice house on 10 shillings. But you can't, like 50p, what can you get?
I mean, even George Osborne said that comments made by Rachel Reeves just a month or so ago, you know, could have been a George Osborne. It was a statement in Parliament, wasn't it? And he said, you know, it could have been him delivering that speech. I used to be a member of the Labour Party, and I left about 12 months ago. I've ended up joining the Greens, and a few people have asked me. They've said, "Oh, have you know, what's changed? Has your politics changed?" It's like, no, my politics hasn't changed. The party's changed. It's swung from underneath me.